Once you log into the website, the first step is to create a team. I already have a couple teams created, but I'm just going to go through the process quickly. So you just click on Create Team, give your team a name. That's Team 3. Country, we'll put Canada. Gender, we're going to put male. Then we're going to create team. Then you add players to your team. You'll notice on the far right here that there are different options, starters and bench. The players who are starters are the ones who are going to show up on the actual stat sheet while you're taking stats. So the first 7 spots are reserved for starters and the rest are for the bench. Now, you could technically change these all to the starter if you wanted to show all the players in your stat sheet all at once, but then it becomes a little too crowded and doesn't work quite as well. But since I already have a couple teams created, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. But what you would do is you put in the player's first name, last name, shirt number. You could put in up to 12 players at a time and then click Add Players. Once you've added all your players, you could go to the dashboard. And then under Your Teams, you click the drop down and you could see the team that I just created. But since I didn't add any players, we're going to use Mavericks Male for this description. So we're just going to click that. And this is actually my son's 14U team. So you can see the players on the team, their shirt numbers. It gives you the option to delete players from here. And you can also add additional players to the team. And from here, you can also delete this team. So now once again, we're going to go back to the dashboard so then we can start taking stats. All right, so under where it says take stats, you'll see basic mode. Eventually, I'm going to probably create an intermediate mode and an advanced mode, but for now, we just have the basic mode, so we're just going to start with that. Okay, so the next step would be to enter the information needed to start the match. The first thing we need is the YouTube URL. I already have it on the clipboard, so I'm just going to cut and paste it in there. Then from your team, we're going to select the team that we want to take stats for. So in this case, we're going to go with Mavericks Male. And the opponent is whoever you're playing against. In this case, I'm just going to type in Jordan Bell, which was my high school team. For the match date, obviously, you would just select the match date. For this example, I'm just going to select today's date and then click Start Match. This then brings us to the actual video stat sheet. Now, because this application is based on YouTube, if you're watching the video, it may start the video from where you left off on YouTube. So you just have to drag the slider and take it back to the beginning. You can see here that we have the video of the game. We have the start clip, the end clip. Here's the substitution procedure that I was telling you about before. And here are all our players and the various statistics. So basically the way the app works is you would click play on this, play on the YouTube video. And then wherever you wanted to start the clip from, you would just click to start clip, whatever time you want to click it. Then what you would do is you would take your stats. Say, for example, Maxim served the first ball and he served it in. You'd click here. Under serve in, say Tyus attacked the ball and had to continue. You go to where Tyus is, under attacks, continue, select that. When the play is over, then you would just click on end clip. And then you would simply submit that. And you would do that for every play. My suggestion, and what I do, is I click start clip right when the referee blows the whistle to start the play, and then end clip when he blows the whistle, signifying the end of the play. You'll also notice that not all the players are listed, and that's because some of them are on the bench. So if you wanted to make a substitution, what you would do is under substitute, you'd select someone from the bench. So in this case, let's select Carson, and then you would select somebody who's on the court to substitute. So let's select Maxim. So you can see that Maxim is the player listed here. So when we click substitute, it comes back, he's replaced by Carson. Once you've made all your clips, then you can go to all matches to see the results. Here you'll see a list of all the matches that you've taken stats for. Mavericks versus Gordon Bell was the match that we just did. But since I only did one clip, there isn't a whole lot of information there. So you'll notice in this table that we have a column that's called Send Link. This is the link that you would send to your players so that they could see the stat sheet, but they wouldn't be able to edit anything. So I'll just show you what that looks like with this other match that we had already completed. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it into a new window, and then you can see the stat sheet. Now on this page, you can see the individual stats for each player. So what this will do is it won't show you this full spreadsheet. It'll only show you the statistics for that individual player. So if we just wanted to see Carson's information, this is what we would send him. And he'll get a page like this, but only his name will be on the page. The rest of these people won't. So you can see Carson had 3 kills, 5 continues, 1 error. If we wanted to watch all 5 of Carson's kills, we would just click the number 3 by the number of kills that he has. Of his 3 kills. The last thing I want to mention is that, actually, let's go back, and let's go back again. Oops, wrong page, let's just close that out. We'll go back. I wanted to get back to this page where we have the list of all the matches that we've done. The thing that I wanted to mention is it takes a long time to do the full stats on a match. So you may not want to go, you may not want to do it all in one go. So what you can do is in this column, you have the continue column. And what that is it's the location where you last worked on the video. So in this case, the last clip that we did ended at 49 minutes and 21 seconds. If you click this link, it'll take you back to the mode where you can take stats, but it starts where you left off. So then you can just continue taking stats on the same video if you didn't finish it the first time around. One of the challenges of making video instructions for an application that's still under development is that as you make changes, your instructions get out of date. So rather than redoing all the instructions, I've just decided to do a part 2 to this video so that I can talk about the things that have changed since the original video. So the first thing you're going to notice on the stat sheet when you're actually taking stats and cutting clips is that there's now a notes field and a codes field. The codes field is the same field that was always there. So when you click on one of the stats, it shows up in the codes field. But the notes field is a place where you can add some notes that you want to send to your players when they're watching the clips. The other thing that you'll notice is that the code field, you can edit it. So if you make a mistake, you can just go back in and delete whatever code you added. But it also allows for custom codes. So basically, what a custom code is, something that you want to track that is not part of the stat sheet. For example, say you wanted to track the position of the setter so that you know what rotation you're in. Well, you can come up with a custom code, for example, um, setter one, which would signify that the setter is in position one. Right? So you could do that for when the setter is in position two, three, etc. So you would just write whatever custom code you want in order to track that specific task. The only criteria for the custom code is that it should be a single word and there should be a space after you write your code, right? So that it doesn't conflict with any of the other codes. So once you've set the start time, the end time, your stats and your custom code and your notes, if you wanted to enter it, then you would just click submit, just like normal. I've already opened in another tab the results portion or the stat sheet portion of the application where you can watch the individual video clips. So the first thing you're going to notice is now when you're on this sheet or on this page, there's a custom code option. So basically, this allows you to expand the parameters of what you want to search for. So say, for example, we had been putting in setter one, setter two, setter three when we were doing our stat taking. When you come to this page, now what you can do is say you want all the receptions for the whole team when the setter was in position one. We put in our custom code, setter one, in the custom code field, and then we would click list clips. And what that would do is it would show you all the clips of when we're receiving serve when the setter is in position one. The reason why something like this would be useful is you could see if there's a specific rotation where the players are or where your team is struggling to side out. Now, the last two things I want to show you is how that changes the video results. So say, for example, if we click on full match, I had put in a custom code already. So if you look in the notes/play codes, you could scroll down and you can see in the play that started at 14:45, Aiden, you're backing up too deep. Because on this particular clip, what this player was doing was he was backing up too much and then taking balls that belonged to another player. The other thing that you're going to notice is that the start time is now clickable. So if you're watching the video, let's just start here. You'll flash it up quickly, the start time of the video. That's how you know what clip you're on. Every time a new video is, or every time a new clip is loaded up, you'll see the time of that clip right here, which corresponds to these. You can also click on these start times to start your video at that same time. And those are the new changes to the application since the first video came out.